And I am so excited because, again, life transformational. I can't say that enough. It is life transformational. You will have this transformational aha throughout this experience if you actually dive into this content, where you are living one way, and by receiving this information and applying it, integrating it into your life, embodying the information, you will live a new life. It will be a different lifestyle for you. So we went over superpowers. Next thing that we're going to talk about today is the inner hero. What is the inner hero? Now, I have broken up the inner hero into 3 different versions, and it does not matter which version you want to tap into. You can tap into one of them consistently forever and you'll be just fine, or you can actually switch around and see what version works in different scenarios of your life, depending on what challenges and blocks you're going through. Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome to your weekly aha. This is where we give you tips and insights weekly on how to align with your inner hero. Now, today is a super exciting episode. I'm so eager to share this with you. This is the first of a long series that we're going to embark on together. And the series is how to align with your inner hero through developing your internal superpowers. Now, first, before we dive into what are superpowers and what is the inner hero, because those are the first 2 things I will define for you, I want to ask you to stop and subscribe right now. This is the way that we present our message to the world, is through these platforms. So please subscribe. It helps us out a lot. We greatly appreciate it. And don't forget to engage with us. Ask us questions. What challenges are you going through and you are looking for an answer in? And I will do the best I can to answer them for you based on my experience and expertise. So thank you very much. So happy you're here to join us. And there's going to be so much fucking value in this series. It is life-changing, life-transformational, and this is all going to be on an online course in the beginning of the year, where we're actually going to do group coaching together to create a more intimate, passionate, life-changing community together. So there's the intro to that. Now, what are superpowers? Superpowers are these internal powers that we're all born with, which are internal qualities or traits that I would say that we possess innately, but they're not automatically superpowers until we deliberately practice and develop them to the point where they do become superpowers to help us align with that inner hero. So powers that we're all born with, that are internal qualities and traits, deliberately practiced and developed to the point where they have become superpowers to align with your inner hero. Now, just a few examples of what superpowers are. It can be love, forgiveness, discipline, visionary, someone who is an executioner in their goals. There are so many different type of superpowers. Patience, right? There's actually 33 that I have developed, but there are infinite more powers that we're all born with that can be developed into superpowers. So I'll be going over 33. So there's going to be 34 weeks of this. And I am so excited because, again, life transformational. I can't say that enough. It is life transformational. You will have this transformational aha throughout this experience if you actually dive into this content, where you are living one way, and by receiving this information and applying it, integrating it into your life, embodying the information, you will live a new life. It will be a different lifestyle for you. So we went over superpowers. Next thing that we're going to talk about today is the inner hero. What is the inner hero? Now, I have broken up the inner hero into 3 different versions, and it does not matter which version you want to tap into. You can tap into one of them consistently forever and you'll be just fine, or you can actually switch around and see what version works in different scenarios of your life, depending on what challenges and blocks you're going through. So the first inner hero that you can align with is one, super simple. Who do you look up to? Who is your hero? It can be a parent, a sibling, some other sort of family member, a celebrity, an influencer, a stranger on the street. It can be just an acquaintance. But the reason why they're your hero is because how they handle specific situations or how they carry themselves, how they show up in the world. So it could be how they parent their kids. It can be their marriage, the relationship, the intimacy that they provide for that. It can be their communication skills. It can be the way that they just love people, the way that they overcome challenges, whatever it is. For the first version, you need to understand what qualities and values does that hero possess? Why do you look up to them? And from there, depending on the situation you're in, you tap into whatever person or version you want. It doesn't have to be one. You can tap into whoever you want in the moment that's going to serve you the best in that moment. And at that version, at that point in your life, they become an inner hero because you're able to tap into it. Now, this is more of an external example of how to utilize the internal strengths that we possess and the imagination process that we have, which is a superpowers imagination. But it's a very powerful one. The second version is actually one of my favorites. Extremely powerful. The second inner hero is the future ideal version of yourself. The future ideal version of yourself. So why is this so powerful? Well, one is you're creating the ideal version of yourself. So this is the best version that you could ever imagine of who you are. When you tap into what would my future ideal version of myself do in this situation, you're going to receive an answer. And that answer is going to be extremely profound, extremely powerful, because you're tapping into a part of yourself that has already gone through the situation you're going through right now. So it has what that version experienced and how they overcame the challenges. They know the path. They know the answers to the questions you have because they've gone through it already. It's really, really powerful if you actually sink into that space. So that is the inner hero number 2, the ideal future version of yourself. Now, it's important to actually define what your ideal future version is. Who are they? How do they show up? How do they handle challenges? How do they engage with life and the world, with their family? What successes have they achieved? What kind of lifestyle do they live? What are their daily habits? You need to understand what the ideal version of yourself is. Whether you believe it to be true or not does not matter. Whether you think you can get there or not doesn't matter. It's an ideal version. It's pushing past your limits and using your imagination, using visualization to really tap in to the ideal future version of yourself. It's really powerful, I'm telling you. It's one of your inner heroes. Number 3. This has always been my inner hero. And whether you believe it or not, it's powerful to even imagine or think about, in my opinion, but God, angels, guides, divinity, whatever that version of that label is for yourself, whatever it is for yourself, use that, harness that as your inner hero, that inner essence of all-knowing, of unconditional love, unconditional support that knows how to achieve your wants. It knows how to carry your burdens when you are down and out and hurting and that you need support. Give that weight away to your inner hero, to that divinity, that all-encompassing, all-knowing creator of all that is, that universal energy, that source of all creation can handle whatever challenges you're going through and will take the weight away. It has the answers. It's going to give you the courage when you're scared, when you're fearful of the unknown, when you're stuck. It knows how to move you, knows how to motivate you, how to inspire you. It knows every cell of your being. So that is the third inner being, that God essence that is inside of every single one of us. Every single one of us has the inner heroes, and every single one of us has the capability of embodying what the inner hero is. Imagine your life if you were able to align with this part of yourself as many moments as you can in the day. It's powerful. It's life-changing. It's transformational. It's important to understand these internal powers that we're all born with, because the more that we develop those into superpowers, the more we can understand how to develop a more intimate relationship with yourself, with your inner hero. So next week, I will be talking about the first superpower of creating the foundation of this whole framework, which is owning your reality. And how I define that is your existence belongs to you. So I'm sending you all love and blessings. And, my action steps for you this week is define your inner hero, 1, 2, and 3, and create the ideal version of what that inner hero is, because that makes the world of a difference. You can't just say inner hero and expect they're going to be magic to happen or power to be actually embraced in your being, in your soul, in your gut. It's not going to empower you unless you define what the power actually is. So gain clarity around your inner hero this week and let me know how that turns out. Define your inner hero with me. I love to hear what everybody's inner hero is and what they look like and how they perform in the world with this inner hero. So again, blessings to you all, and don't forget to subscribe, engage, and until next time, align with your inner hero.